Aggrieve. The entire population was aggrieved by the tyranny of the king. Callous. Only a callous person can see suffering without trying to relieve it. Walking barefoot on the asphalt pavement makes the bottom of your feet callous. Disapprove. She wants to continue her study in the United States, but her parents disapprove of her plan. Fabulous. $10 is a fabulous price for an ordinary pencil. Infuriate. He was infuriated by the policeman's rough treatment of his wife. Mordant. His political opponents feared his mordant tongue, and even more his mordant pen. Prowess. The Indians sang a song of victory, describing their prowess in battle. Subversive. He was arrested as a member of a subversive organization. Temporary. Many students find temporary jobs during their summer holidays. Part 2. Amass. Through the years, he amassed a large fortune to buy a farm after he retired. Colossal. The Empire State Building is a colossal structure. Dismal. Sickness or bad luck often makes a person feel dismal. Genial. She was glad to see us again and gave me a genial welcome. Inveterate. It is hard for an inveterate smoker to give up tobacco. Offense. The punishment for that offense is 2 years in prison. Sojourn. During his sojourn in Africa, he learned much about native customs. Turmoil. 6 robberies in one night put our village in a turmoil. Suspend. A scientist suspends judgment and refrains from drawing conclusions until all the facts are in. Part 3. Assent. She assented to the doctor's assertion that her son was ill, but could not consent to having him hospitalized. Cozy. The couple wished to live in a cozy little home rather than in a big mansion. Diversify. That factory is trying to diversify its products to sell in different markets. Haggard. The haggard faces of the rescued miners showed that they had a great deal of suffering. Irreparable. Careless drivers cause many irreparable accidents. Paternal. Everyone has 2 paternal grandparents and 2 maternal grandparents. Replica. The young artist made a replica of the famous painting. Seclusion. His seclusion of the rabbit in the barn was kept secret from everyone else. Wrangle. The 2 friends wrangled, and now they don't speak to each other. Part 4. Bigoted. Most bigoted people are intolerant of opposition. Deficient. Most of the food they eat is deficient in iron and protein. Elude. The sly fox eluded the hunters by running back in the opposite direction. Ignoble. Some very great men have come from ignoble families. Kindred. We are studying about dew, frost, mist, and other kindred facts of nature. Melancholy. During the Romantic period, it was fashionable in literature to have a melancholy outlook on the world. Poltroon. No one likes to be regarded as a poltroon. Rout. The enemy was routed. Vulnerable. The most massive defense system would still leave the nation vulnerable to nuclear attack. Part 5. Abide. The child abided with his grandparents for 3 years before being returned to his parents. Boisterous. The audience in the theater was irritated by the unruly and boisterous children. Despicable. To spit in the classroom is despicable. Exotic. We saw many exotic plants at the flower exhibition, which we had never seen before. Imperative. For the mountain climber, it is imperative to get food and water before sunset. My wife has such an imperative voice that everyone obeys her. Nonplus. He was nonplussed by the strange customs he saw everywhere in the country. Pompous. The leader of the band bowed in a pompous manner. Sever. He severed connection with Tom. Sultry. The day was so sultry that they had little energy left. Wane. The moon was waning, and in such a waning light, it is very difficult to see the enemy.